You know, I think for me, the unfortunate part of Jim Blanchard's tenure was the most important decision he made, which was the income tax up front. And I think with some encouragement from then Democratic majorities, he chose to run it through on a partisan basis.
Yeah.
And I don't think he ever recovered from that. I think from that point on, because of the unpopularity and then a Republican Senate, he had to let go of some of the bigger ideas he probably had and played more small ball. And it cost him ultimately his third term. John Engler, I always tell the story. I called my wife at 4 in the morning and said, "Nancy, you'll never believe this. This is election night. I think John Engler's going to win this election." And out of her sleep, she came awake and said, "You know, the state doesn't know what it's just done. It's elected a person who doesn't have to be liked."
Yeah.
and that was John Engler.
She had it right.
John Engler knew state government and the Constitution better than probably any of the governors, knew how to really consolidate power, was far more moderate than he is remembered for being. You know, people remember that he's proposed tax cuts, but what he really did was change the fundamental state priorities and put much more focus on education and did pare down human services. But he was very aware of federal matching money and actually boosted funding for Medicaid over time. So he was a very complex governor, never the public persona who would be as well liked as other governors. And that, I think, led to a reaction, as we tend to do in this state. Jennifer Granholm was a very different person who was charismatic, great speaker, stressed by partisanship. And I wasn't there, so this is analysis from afar. But my sense is she never liked politics to the point where she would build the kind of relationships with her own party and with the Republicans. And so a lot of the good ideas, which I believe she had, were difficult for her to accomplish because she didn't navigate the political process very effectively. Rick Snyder, I really admire. I think he has made some very bold decisions. He's more of a mystery to me. Philosophically, he's hard to peg. But I think he's accomplished an incredible amount in a short time. And what I admire about him so much nationally and in state capitals at a time when there's such bitter partisanship, he refuses to let himself get dragged into the partisan mudslinging. He remains positive.
No, absolutely. Yeah.
And so you may disagree with him, but you know he's going to be positive in what he's trying to accomplish.
He's like Milliken in that respect.
Yes, he is.
And Bill Milliken endorsed him. So maybe there's some connection. Anyway, that is a terrific take on 5 governors, both while you served and afterwards. So I want to thank you very much again for a great interview. Thank you very much.
Thank you.